With the southern tip of Guadalcanal firmly in U.S. land, air, and sea control, construction efforts are currently underway to fortify the islands. This simply cannot come quick enough as U.S. Air Force continue to hold back the Japanese invasion fleets. With continuous losses of pilots and aircraft, Allied air superiority of the islands may soon be stalemated as both carriers in the area will soon have to return to port for refit and reinforcements. On top of the already bad news, Japanese fighters have been spotted in the area that could have only been launched from a carrier. That means the sole defense of U.S. air around Guadalcanal will be left up to a small garrison of local land-based fighters as a potential Japanese carrier group enters the area. Hi everybody, welcome back to Joe Is. I'm Joe, and this is War on the Sea. In last episode, we were trying to finish off that Japanese convoy. Did not manage to find them or put them down. Hopefully, maybe we can find them in this episode. Maybe we can't. Only time will tell. We'll see if we can find them. And we are now intercepted by a flight of fighters, looks like. Well, we're not intercepted yet, but that's a scary sight. That means that there may be a carrier in the area, because unless they've managed to build another air base that can fly this far south, but I don't see that's concerned. I think we may have a carrier finally. Let's go ahead and put Saratoga up, put a flight out, just get some combat air patrol going here. We'll need to be safe just in case. But I'll bring you back if we intercept it or if we go after these fighters. As you can see here, I'm trying to line up what looks like the proper vector that they are returning to base, and I'm not seeing it line up with any of their bases. I don't think they're more going that way. Yeah, I think we have a carrier, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, I was not able to intercept them, but maybe we'll be able to bag ourselves a carrier. We'll see. Task Force 60 has managed to make it back to Manila. We'll go ahead and load her back full of cargo and send her back to Guadalcanal or the Florida Islands. We need to get a little more air base going, I think, on the Florida Islands. That potential carrier has got me a little concerned. Task Force 15 has managed to make it back to New Hebrides. We'll go ahead and load her up as well. USS Wasp escorting them and all that. We'll go ahead and get them topped back off and sent back to Rennell. September 29th, 1942, we have managed to make contact with an enemy force that is on the northern side of Guadalcanal. Let's go ahead and get a flight of B-17s up, see if they can intercept and if we can bring something down. Let's go ahead and get a flight of Avengers up as well. They got some... Let me go rockets, and just in case, I think this is a destroyer group, or a heavy destroyer at the very least, or some light cruisers. We haven't seen the carrier in, well, the planes from the carrier in quite some time. Hopefully our luck continues on that and we don't run into them until we are ready to take them on. But I'll bring you back when it's combat time. Also wanted to say, this is probably the first episode as of the new year. I hope y'all had a fantastic New Year's and a wonderful Christmas. I also want to apologize if you can notice the difference in my audio quality. Unfortunately, I managed to, I guess, have too much eggnog and break my old mics.
You're sitting on beer.
That's for after. I'm not drinking it now.
What about that beer there I saw you drinking coming out of the driveway?
Oh man, I'm just finishing that one was from earlier. That's...
Steve, I can't have you driving down the road in a Skyjack drinking beer.
Man, I gotta get back to work.
No, just come on down. We'll get this figured out and we'll get you back to work.
No.
Steve, come on down. No. Steve, come on down.
Come get me. How about that?
So I'm in the works of getting it fixed. I only bought it a few months ago, and unfortunately I've already destroyed it. That's my luck. I'm just that good at things. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get these guys set up. It looks just like a standard heavy cruiser group. I'll figure out what we're going to do here. Being that we have the rockets, we're going to go ahead and just send the Avengers in on this destroyer here. B-17s are going to go to the bottom and get ready for a low-level bombing run. Being this is a light cruiser group, I just kind of spread out all the damage. Hopefully got lucky the B-17s are at the hard deck, so that maybe we'll get something landed on them. The Avengers here have got some rockets. Hopefully we can actually sink this little destroyer here. We'll see how good we get it. As flak starts to appear. Actually, not too much flak, just a whole lot of bullets. Good hits on the destroyer. Unfortunately, they got some good hits on us. And I think they just completely, they completely wiped out the Florida Islands Avengers. That's sad. Well, hopefully these B-17s can avenge those pilots here for us. As they are pretty low. They're not as low as I can get them, but low enough that I don't want them to run into things like they did last episode. Looks like two that we're following is making a decent approach and having a last minute swerve to the right so the bombs actually come in. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Dud? There we go. I got two decent hits. Big ol' fires. And I think our B-17s are getting out. Lucky ducks, this one. Well, through the magic of editing, I will bring you back if something decides to go under. Well, unfortunately, they have managed to stave off all their injuries and nothing was sunk. Though they do have some moderate, minor, and major damage done to them. So maybe this next run we have will be a little more successful than the last. But I will bring you back when it gets combat time, or if there's just something interesting. With making contact with those flight, I want to send out my submarines a little more in an advanced approach. I know we've kind of cut off the throat here, but we can go ahead and extend our neck out a little bit, see if we can't find something. Because I don't know, I got the weird feeling that there is a big ship out there that's trying to sneak in and Pearl Harbor us while we're at Florida Island. Well, luckily so far we haven't seen much. Let's go ahead and unload Task Force 60 on the Florida Islands, have them head back to Rennell Island and continue their transport runs. As for the Florida Islands, we are sitting pretty at still can't afford anything yet. Want to get level 3, that way we have a little more firepower so that we can maybe take on a carrier. I was wanting to put this on Guadalcanal, it just didn't turn out that way. And as you saw, they have a scout plane that's on the northern side there. It's got me a little concerned. We'll have to keep our eyes out. Task Force 60 has managed to make it back to Rennell Island. It's going to top back off and head back up to Guadalcanal. Wildcat has made contact with another surface fleet north of Guadalcanal, quite a ways out. It's got me a little concerned. We haven't seen any aircraft, so I don't think it's a heavy carrier or any kind of carrier. We'll go ahead and send a flight out from the Wasp here and Saratoga that's in range, just in case. We'll also go ahead and set the B-17s out since it's a little far out. Maybe they can do a run on. Alright, B-17s actually managed to make it back first. We'll just go in with the B-17s only. We'll save the Wasp and the Saratoga since they're running a little low on aircraft. Make sure that we're not going to get them in trouble. We have another 2 battleships. I mean, if they're going to keep throwing at us, then I'm not going to say no. It's, is what it is. We'll go ahead and send a flight. I think we do both groups after one of the battleships, being that they have armor-piercing bombs. We'll have the best luck at least trying to sink one. I don't think we'll get that lucky, but you never know. Get a good attack approach. Look, Vector's looking pretty damn good. Hopefully we'll get one. I'm not confident, like I said. I'm just hopeful we don't lose anybody. bombs are away. Let's get their point of view as they come in. They somehow shooting straight up. Ooh, nice hits. And a lot of misses. And some duds and some more misses. And it sounds like we've lost 2. Lost 1. Boom. Almost got us a kamikaze. Is what it is, but I'll bring you back when there's something to see. Well, that was short-lived. Battleship, I mean, we scratched the paint on her at the very least. We'll have to come back and give her another what for here in a little bit. But in the meantime, I'll bring you back when it is time. Oh, crap. I don't think it's a carrier, although it's showing a carrier. I think it's actually that same battleship group, because it's, unless, if it is the carrier, then there are 2 battle groups in the area, and we will not be able to take them all on. I'm going to go ahead and launch the Dauntlesses from the Wasp here. As I've brought up the South Dakota and Indiana in a kind of a screening action to take point, just to protect our cargo ships in the area. I'm going to go ahead and send Saratoga back to base to get more aircraft, because she is completely out. She has lost so many casualties. She is no longer combat effective and needs to get something repaired. I'll get some more aircraft on board of her. We'll go ahead and unload the Task Force 60 here, get them back to Rennell Island. In the meantime, we are going to go ahead and try to intercept this group with what we have left on the Wasp. Probably have to get her out of action here shortly too, for the same reasons as the Saratoga, but I'm going to bring it back when there is something to see. Well, it is not the carrier group as I thought, thank God, otherwise we'd be in a lot of trouble. But it is the same 2 battleships, with the right one being the most damaged. I think we go ahead and get our targeting vectors, and I'll bring you back. Alright, another real simple attack run here. I just told them all to go for that same battleship. If we can knock up enough damage on her, she'll be forced to turn back to base. And being that she is the lead ship, her rest of her group will follow her. And we are starting to in range. As we can see, a lot of flak seems to be exploding way too low. I'm not going to argue with it. At least we're not seeing the rainbow flak just yet. That was a little later in the campaign. The Japanese actually gave different propellant inside of the gunpowder so that they knew which ship was firing what flak, so they could actually coordinate, because they didn't have the fire control that the Americans had at the time when it came to anti-aircraft. Oh, we bracketed her. Oh, right amidship. Right in her, looks like her forward. Yeah, she took one right in the command deck. Another one in midship. And it looks like we got out of this unscathed. Hoorah. And it's hopefully they didn't come out of this unscathed. And as you can see, the damn battleship seems to keep going to live to see another day. Let's go and see what damage. Only moderate damage to her, so she's taking a little more damage, but she is still very combat effective. We need to do a little more damage than that, so I'm going to go ahead and get another flight from the Saratoga up. How much we got to play with here? 9 and 9. I think we go torpedo bombers. We got to do some heavy damage, and we're not at full effectiveness with the Wasp, but we've got to do something to soften them up before our main fleet can engage them. So we can't, I mean, we can take 2. Oh, looks like they're actually heading off. I think we did enough damage that they decided they didn't want nothing of this. So I think we go ahead and move Task Force 60 up. We'll go ahead and launch a full flight of Dauntless as well. Let's go HE. See if we can't get some secondaries going. Seems like fire is the best approach, because armor piercing just doesn't do enough damage. Even to, you'd think you'd want AP for a battleship, but for whatever reason, I'm having better luck just burning them to the ground. Alright. Let's go ahead and form this group up. I'll bring you back when we are on our attack approach. All right, we are low enough. We got a good angle on this group. Let's go ahead and commit. We'll send them in and see what they can do. Fortunately, looks like they're having, oh, no, we're good. Let's go ahead and get the last flight here so we get a good cinematic view.
In other news, the Prime Minister of Sweden visited Washington today, and my tiny little nipples went to France.
What did he just say?
Torpedoes should be dropping any time now. And last one is, well, we're going in. Hopefully the last one got it off. I think so, yeah, looks like. Good angle. Lost 2 aircraft, 3 aircraft. Wasp is no longer combat effective. We need to get her back to base ASAP. 2 hits, 3 hits and a dud. 3 and 4. 3 and 2, if I get my numbers right. Well, crap. I hope that's enough to bring her down. She's already got quite a bit, well, I'll say quite a bit. She's moderately damaged. Maybe this will put her over at the end at critical, and maybe even a little bit more, enough to put her down. We'll see. Well, 3 torpedoes and a shit ton of bombs, and she is still afloat. This, kudos to this pre-World War I battleship. She's got heavy damage now. She's going to be heading back to base for repairs, so we don't have to worry about that battle group anymore. But that carrier still may be in the area. We've got to keep our eyes open just in case. Our last set of 9 dive bombers have managed to make it in area. Let's go ahead and see if we can't swing one more time at that battleship and bring her down. Alright, again, it's very simple. They're dive bombers, so we just send them in and let them bomb. No real tactics need to be involved in these guys. Unfortunately, we have a little scout plane that's ventured a little too close to our flight here, and our rear gunners are throwing some lead at them. Maybe we can bring them down. We'll find out. This last little fighter here, or bomber here, they're trying. Somehow they managed to make one of our bombers already on fire. That's not good. Their gunner seems to be better than ours. So we're probably going to lose at least one, knock on wood. But we'll find out. We're starting to get to where we're about to making our dive bomb here. Flak is getting way better than it has been in the past. And we are on attack approach. See, we're in the last one. We get the cinematic view of it. Nice hit. And bombs are all away. Last set, right in midship. Will it be enough? Yeah, we lost one. So odds are very high it was the one that little scout plane managed to just pepper a little bit, and fleet polished her off. And she still lives. This ship has taken a punishment and still managed to survive. She's got to be critical. Go ahead and retreat here and see if we can find out how much left she's got. She's still heavy. Wow. Alright, well, the Wasp doesn't have anything left to give. So I think we have to send out a... well, B-17s are still out, so we're not going to be able to launch those. I'm going to try to figure something out, and I'll bring you back when I know more. Alright. Managed to launch a flight of B-17s from Rennell Island, and a flight... managed to scrounge up a flight of Dauntless dive bombers from the USS Wasp. There's her last full flight group, so odds are very high that after this fight, or this little battle here, we are no longer going to have a combat effective Wasp whatsoever. Therefore, we are going to have to send her back to base for repairs and free rearmament. But being that these are all bombs, I just set them to attack, and we're just going to let it run. That hopefully will actually get this battleship. We've sent so many flights after her, we've got to get something for it. This is the healthy one. As you can see, the other one there looks a little burned. She looks like she's been partying a little too hard this holiday season, and it's starting to slow down. As you can see, she's falling behind. Fortunately, she is still very well in the area. Kind of get it from their point of view. We're always following the airplanes. We'll just go ahead and get it from this side of things. Let's see if we get lucky. Bomb should be away. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Lots of fires. Actually, you're going to go ahead and change the I'll go ahead and change the dive bomber's target to that light cruiser behind him. Simply the fact that we have done enough damage that I think this battleship is going to be done. Yep, there it is. Good thing I did change the targets. We would have wasted our bombs on her. Get a little cinematic view, maybe, hopefully. Yeah, good hit. Good hit. Couple good hits. Lots of misses. I went ahead and changed the target again. I wanted to damage one of the ships at least, that way that I know that they're going ahead back to base and not be bothering with us. So I'm going to send a couple more after that light cruiser and 3 more after a cargo ship. Maybe we can get some additional damage. That battleship that's pulling away, we'll have to finish her off another day. We just don't have enough gunpowder to take her out. I did not set them on that target. Oh well, they don't have any. Yeah, they have bombs. Well, maybe they can pull something off here. Bombs are away. Light cruiser is pulling away. Ooh, rider midship. She's hit. So we have 2 light cruisers and now ablaze. We got some secondary explosions happening on the first light cruiser, and the merchant ship just got lit up. Love it. As the battleship goes down, we'll go ahead and get a cinematic view of it, and I'll bring you back when there's something new to report. And with that, that's going to be the first episode of the new year, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all for watching. At least managed to get a battleship. God bless all y'all. Peace, love, tacos, and I'll see y'all in the next episode.
Oh, maybe I'll come down. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll come down.
9097.
Maybe I won't.
Steve?
97.
Come get me. I know my rights.
Go ahead.
751.
What are you doing, man? I know my rights. I'm 2 blocks from my work.
Put that
site.
cigarette down.
Post 247.
Put your cigarette down.
Female subject walking eastbound from a vehicle.